President Tinubu has given marching order to the military to crush agitators. Your take on this development? Why agitators without addressing the reason for agitating, which is within the ambit of the fundamental human rights, the right to self determination, should be crushed? Is that what Tinubu is saying?
Agitator. Honestly speaking, that misplace of priority, because the agitators, they are not what I call they are not the one that is causing Nigeria headache now. Honestly speaking, the agitator, they have right to agitate, because I've asked a legal somebody, legal practitioner, one day that is it wrong to agitate for self-rule, and he said no, it's not wrong. The only thin line between agitation and committing crime is just too that I mean the line is too thin. You will not know until you cross your border if you are agitating. So if you can agitate genuinely, honestly speaking, there is no crime in it. So he wouldn't have say agitator just like that. He will have say anybody causing trouble or destabilize Nigeria security in the name of agitation. He shouldn't have called them agitator generally, because we have people that are agitating genuinely. Professor Banji Akintoye is an agitator. And I don't know what we accuse Professor Banji Akintoye that he did. He didn't carry gun. He didn't say he will destroy Nigeria. He didn't say Nigeria is meant to be doomed. And he will not even call Nigeria zoo. He will just be telling, I've listened to the man, the history of how Nigeria come about, how Yoruba nation has been established before British come to amalgamate us. So those are the things that he will be doing. So President Tinubu will have make it clear that anybody causing trouble in the name of agitation, not necessarily agitator, that is generalize it. If you want to, I think, even when you are asking me a question, I thought you will say they should crush the bandits or crush the terrorists. That's what I expect. But the agitators, they have reason to agitate. It's just they should not let emotions and some other things to overwhelm them, and they will be doing something that will destabilize the country. That is my take.
They say that necessity is mother of invention. Now that the Tinubu's language and speech is tilting towards the state of anarchy, usurping the right of the people to agitate, compelling the military to go against anyone expressing his fundamental right to self-determination, don't you think he's planning an amber of war? He's drumming for war, because you can't just expect people who you have marked out for destruction to kill. You know what is familiar with the Nigerian security personnel, how they suppress and brutalize people, let alone when you have given them a marching order. Do you think they will fold their hands as usual, watching the Nigerian army kill them and slaughter them, carry out pogrom against them, just as you have witnessed in several places, Okoma, Udi, and even some part of the north and
Anyway,
the eastern region?
I've been saying it before that I'm worried about silence of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu concerning what is happening in the southeast. Then when I later realized that President Tinubu has never declared it, but the activities of Nigeria army is going on in that place. Unlike Buhari, that carry it on top of his head and started declaring different operation, Operation Python that, Operation this, Operation that. President Tinubu has never come out and address the situation as you are saying it now. He has always been silent. And I
The
know that
silence, the impunity is going on. People's houses are being burned down.
that's what I'm saying, that there has always been. So the war that you said President Tinubu is calling for, there was war on ground before, silent war. But now that he has pronounced it, then it shows where he actually belonged to. Because I've usually been worried that something is happening in the southeast. Nigeria army will be killed. Nigeria army will kill the agitators. And president has never come out to say anything concerning it.
Not just agitators. If you are agitators, it will be different. But going to communities, burning down houses, killing people, forceful disappearances,
No, no,
which necessitated, prompted International Criminal Court to institute investigation.
all those one has not been addressed, and I usually been wondered what is happening. Do they subject that side to a silent war? But now that he has coming out, where it is obvious that he's calling for war, and Nigeria army that will also go to that side, they should expect something, because Yoruba will say ẹni tó sọ̀kò sórí òrùlé tẹnu onílé ló fẹ́ gbọ́. He who throw stone on top of the roof want to hear what the owner of the house want to say. So it's very very obvious, and it's very very unfortunate that President Tinubu refused to dialogue. Instead of dialogue, he go the other way around, which is clamping down on agitator, which cannot stop the agitation, which cannot quench the fire of agitation. Alagidilogo alagbara. A stubborn man is ahead of a strong man. If strong man don't want to commit murder, so that is my take for that.
Wow, that is wonderful. Do you think that the release of Nnamdi Kanu would have quelled the crisis in the east? But I wonder why Tinubu administration fails to listen to the yearnings of the majority or the masses in the interest of justice and public interest.
Well, listen, Namdekano is tantamount to the peace of the southeast, but it cannot bring total peace. Why? Because based on what gun do you want to release Nnamdi Kanu? Do you want to keep him silent, that he should not agitate again? Will he answer you? And at the cost of agitation, some people will add emotion to it, and you will see that they will be going out of boundary. They will be going out of boundary, and because of what is on ground before. Because I know the agitation was not started with Nnamdi Kanu. Agitation started with Ojukwu, and Ojukwu was not ready to fight anybody. He just declare that Biafra, we have succeeded. So why go and make war against a nation that want to must we be one again? Somebody join us together, and some people say we are no longer interested in this join.
Just as simple as that. Could that lead to destruction and wanton destruction of life and property?
Honestly speaking, it's unnecessary. It's unnecessary, except Gowan didn't have conscience. If Gowan asks us conscience, he will be asking himself that why? Why wasting like 4 million people's life for Nigeria to remain one? And the oneness of Nigeria, what has it brought? This is a one Nigeria that you are fighting for.
Where people are being stampeded just for hunger.
Honestly speaking, stampede is not limited to Nigeria. It's not happen only in Nigeria. Stampede happen everywhere. But when it's happen often, then there is challenge. Then when it's happen like that, what are the measures government put in place? Even if there is hunger, that thing is something they can still control, and people will receive their gifts peacefully, and they will go if there is organization. But because there is no organization, and this is not the first time stampede has been happening, it has been happening for a long time.
Unfortunately, within a week, it's happened 3 places. Abuja.
Honestly speaking, if Nigeria is a serious country, a control measure will have been put in place since the day of Jonathan, when we have stampede, when people want to, I mean, grant interview for a job under Abamoro. That was when Nigeria should have sit down and make measure for crowd control. But unfortunately, it's like our life is not that precious to our leader. If they say 1,000 people died today, honestly, it doesn't matter to them. It's one of those things. It's one of those things. So now it's the thing happened, and it started happening until Ibadan home. was happening, and it happened to small children before we caught their cropping. And I say it in one of the program on another platform that don't be surprised, this thing will still repeat itself before this year ends. And unfortunately, my prediction came to pass. It's happened in Anambra and Abuja. Or even if people that want to collect this thing don't have manner and they are overzealous because of what they want to collect, what about the people that organize it? Don't you hear about what's happened in Ibadan? Can that one give you a chance to think that the one I want to do, then I should put safety measure, then you should consult people, then you should consult the governor of the state you want to do it. We still want to do this thing. No, how do we go about it? Consult people that are more knowledgeable about this thing. But my appreciation is that both federal and state governments, they have now come up now, and they say there should not be anything like I want to share palliative without consulting. You're supposed to consult. If how many people are you expecting? Where is the venue? Let's inspect the venue. Is the venue big enough to accommodate people you are expecting? What are the safety measures you put on ground? Those are the things that those people supposed to ask. Are you prepared for security? And go and check it on the news of the paper now. They have listed, I mean, the condition that you have to meet before you do this kind of a thing. Even despite that you want to give people, you cannot subject people to danger. Or even if it is a one bag of rice you want to give people, is one bag of rice worth people's life? No. The answer is no. That I don't have the one derica of rice today. If you go to my house, you cannot see the rice or anything. But that does not mean that tomorrow I can be sharing bag of rice for people. Busy. If there is life, there is hope. So if I don't collect rice this year, it does not. It's not the end of the world. That's what I'm telling our people, that don't let us be overzealous because they want to share rice. There is hunger. Oh, we have not eaten since yesterday. Who told you that if they don't share that rice, you will not eat? If they don't, if Oriyomi Amsat and Queen Naomi don't share 5,000, so you will die. Oh, is that their 5,000 naira you have been using to survive?
That shows the level of poverty,
Let me tell you.
abject poverty in the land.
Let me tell you, Oga, you can blame it on poverty. But you see, today we have been living with poverty in this country. Poverty just started yesterday. I told you, I grew up with a bad Nigeria. I'm 40 years plus. Have you ever witnessed a better Nigeria where they say, oh, everybody now enjoy, there is enough food? Have you? Have you?
That is almost impossible here.
Thank you, my brother.